Muchas gracias por sumarse a esta charla denominada Presentación de casos de éxitos, emprendimientos, donde veremos casos exitosos de empresas con experiencia exportadora que mostrarán tecnologías aplicadas al campo. Para introducirnos un poco en el tema de las AgTech, estas incluyen una gran variedad de tecnología que se utiliza en toda la cadena de valor del agro, desde la producción hasta el procesamiento de los alimentos. Se pueden definir a las mismas como el ecosistema de las startups disruptivas que están aportando a la tecnología en el sector agro. Es muy importante remarcar en este punto que como país podemos posicionarnos a través de las mismas como un ecosistema con gran potencialidad y líder a nivel regional. Para que todos estén al tanto, al finalizar la reproducción de los videos que veremos, ustedes se podrán contactar con las empresas y con sus oradores a través de la parte superior de la plataforma de la página principal de este congreso. Van a poder ir a una pestaña llamada Asistentes y ahí a dar clic en el orador. Van a poder chatear con ellos o van a poder pactar reuniones para sacarse todas las dudas y evacuar todas las consultas que hayan quedado después de ver los videitos. Los invitamos también a participar del espacio de Aapresid dentro del hall comercial. Ahí van a poder encontrar entrevistas en vivo, información sobre todos los programas de la institución y van a poder ver contenido exclusivo para todos aquellos asistentes que pasen por ahí. Y bueno, y para seguir todo este congreso, 28º Congreso de Aapresid, por las redes, no se olviden de utilizar el hashtag Congreso de Aapresid para no perderse de nada. Así que bueno, sin mucho más, los dejo ahora en compañía de los videos. Gracias.
Hi, I'm Jairo Trat, CEO and co-founder of Quilim. In this brief presentation, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about what we do in Quilim. A few years ago, when we started this company, we wanted to create a company that has a big impact in the world. And when you look for big impacts, especially in agriculture, you learn that 70% of the blue water that humans use is used in agriculture, right? And that number is also growing. By 2015, it's expected to grow at 20% extra. So the big majority of the water that we humans use is for agricultural purposes. As many of you already know, according to the UN, by 2030, half of the world population will live in a water scarce area. And that's already happening. We have states here in Argentina, like San Juan, that has been in an emergency, in a water emergency for the last 7 years, for example. So that's why in Quilim we developed a data science solution for irrigation management that can reduce freshwater usage at the farm level, lowering costs, reducing the environmental impact of the farming activity, and increasing the sustainability of the crop production. How our technology works: we collect weather data. To do that, we collect weather data for any public available weather station. And with that information, we create a virtual weather station on each farm that we manage. We also collect every satellite available data, and we use for that all this public available satellites. Those are 5s, but we also buy some private satellite information. And with those two data sources, we blend them, and then we create a number that in agriculture is known as real evapotranspiration. That number means how much water any crop is using anywhere in the world. And we can know that without any type of sensor on the ground, without just using information that is already available and passing that information through our model. And regarding our model, our product works like a solution that we ask the farmer for rain and irrigation data. Then we move that data through our model. We mix that data with satellite and weather data. And we focus in answering the most important question for our customers. What do I do next? We tell the farmer what to do, irrigate half an inch in the next week. Regarding our business model, we have 3 different flavors of our solution that have been created around the size of the farm operation. We have Quilimo Control. Quilimo Control is a solution for the mid-size farmer. It's a solution that helps that farmer that has a small team to manage the farm and to make the irrigation decision. We help them make that decision on a scale. But we also work with Irrigation Central. Irrigation Central is a BI solution that also has an API that can be integrated in other AgTech solutions. And in Irrigation Central, what we do is we show the corporate farmer, those are big corporations that have farms. Sometimes that's the main activity of the company. Sometimes it's an activity that they do as a part of a vertical integration. And for those companies, we provide a service that is a business intelligence solution where they can see the entire irrigation operation and they can decide what to do depending on what's going on the average of the business. And last, we have been developing a solution that's called Quilimo Direct. This is a solution for smallholder farmers. It's a text-based solution that provides regional advice to farmers via text message. We are expecting to be deploying this solution by the end of the year, the beginning of the next year. And the plan is to grow those 3 products on different sides of Latin America in the next few years. Some of our numbers, we have right now we have customers in 8 countries covering over 75,000 hectares. This year we will be aiming to get 350 farmers with a retention rate of 90%. Please keep in mind that all of these farmers are paying around $30 to $50 per hectare per year to use the product. And we can provide service up to 44 different crops. Our growth this year, we're planning to double our revenue, reaching $860,000 with a monthly recurring revenue of $71,000. We started this pandemic going out and to raise a seed extension round of $500,000 via convertible note. The plan for that round was to accelerate our growth in high-value crops, especially focusing on the countries that are on the coast of the Pacific. And the plan to what we want to do with that money is to expand our digital strategy, grow our commercial team in Peru and Mexico, and develop our solution for smallholder farmer. We already have hard commitments for that round for $425,000, and most of that money comes from IDB Labs, who is leading our round, and they are leading our round mostly because of our impact. This year, we will be helping our customers save 18 billion liters of water, improving water use efficiency while sustaining and increasing the food production and reducing the carbon footprint. Well, we believe and we think that Quilimo is an impact company. We are here to make the world better, and we are already doing it. Thank you. Now I hope you guys ask me a few questions and I can answer them in the next few slides.
Hello, I'm Jordi Constance. I'm the CEO of Polynatural. I'm here to introduce you our company and particularly our solution called Shell Life. Shell Life is a coating that protects the fruit and extends the life in gondola. Do you know that 1.3 billion tons are being wasted every year? Well, 20 to 40% of what is produced is being discarded in the post-harvest process. How are we solving currently the situation? Well, basically protecting the fruits, creating a second skin on every fruit with a solution based on waxes. What do I mean? I mean the solution nowadays is based on synthetic solutions that has ingredients relative to the fuel or fossil derivatives like morpholine, hydroxide, etc. That's why Polynatural created 100% and a same performance than synthetic solution, but is 100% natural. In fact, is plant-based. Our solution is called Shell Life. We are fighting against the food waste and also the synthetic consumption in fruits and also in the human feeding. How are the coatings being applied? The solutions that extend the life of fruits are being applied in the packing lines, like the one that you can see in this presentation. We have solutions for apples, stone fruits like nectarines, avocados, and also the citrus family, considering lemons, oranges, and easy peelers. We have one solution for each fruit, since each fruit has its own performance in terms of dehydration and also rottenness. We have been working from 2016. Our company was created by Francisco Palma, who, while he was doing his PhD studies in engineering here in Chile and also in the States, he developed edible films for food. And considering Chile is one of the biggest exporters of fresh fruits in the world, in fact, we are the biggest in the southern hemisphere, he decided to apply his studies to fresh fruit industry. That's why in 2016 started this company. From now on, we have the organic certifications in Chile that allow us to export our solution in fruits to Europe, since we have a trade agreement with the Europe community. Also, we have the certification by ONRI and also EcoCert, which applies for the fruit that we are sending from Chile to the northern hemisphere. We also are certified by NSF, who it is international but based on United States organization that call us the unique coating that is 100% innocuous. since we don't have any synthetic ingredient. And we are protecting our technology through a PCT process by with the collaboration of Wolf Greenfield lawyers from Boston. Our business basically considers the exporter and also the retailer. We sell liters of shelf life that are being applied in the packing lines of our exporters. Our product has between 65 and 96% of margin, and our average size of ticket is between 20 and 200 Ks. It depends on the program that our customers are applying our technology. The size of the market that we are looking at is 1.5 billion. And the next milestones for us is during 2021 have revenues about $1 million. Nowadays, we have been selling 160 year-to-date $1,000. The exporters recognize in our technology an important reduction of dehydration and also in the rottenness, which in some economist point of view is also a lot of money. But retailers also recognize we increase the sales ability or the sales fruits that they can offer to their customers in good condition, certainly. This is also important, but they recognize this kind of technology has a lot of importance in terms of trends. We have increased our revenues during this year, as I told you, and the next steps considering retailers in Europe, sales in other countries than Chile, Argentina, Peru, and Spain, and also have a communication plan. Our team is basically biochemists and also business people. We are 9 people developing new technologies. This is our funding story. We have been invested by angels and also by 3 venture capitals last year. And we are willing to have more customers, particularly in Spain and other countries like Argentina. And also we are looking for A-series investors. As I told you, I'm Jordi Constance from Polynatural, a Chilean-based company. I'm really happy to present in the AgTech Week. Bye.
Hola, muy buenos días. Mi nombre es Eugenio Arraca, soy licenciado en comercialización, soy CEO y cofundador de Sensify y vivo en la ciudad de Rosario, en Argentina. A continuación, les voy a estar presentando una presentación sobre Sensify, donde les estaré explicando lo que sabemos hacer y algunos casos de éxitos que tenemos implementados desde que empezamos con nuestra startup. Muy bien. Bueno, Sensify es una startup que desarrolla soluciones de IoT dentro de las distintas tecnologías de Industria 4.0. Nosotros hacemos foco en desarrollar soluciones de Internet de las Cosas, de IoT. Y nuestro propósito como startup, nuestro propósito como equipo de trabajo es crear soluciones digitales y tecnológicas que de alguna manera puedan generar algún impacto disruptivo en las industrias donde solemos trabajar. En Sensify tenemos distintos desarrollos de IoT, algunos en logísticas, otros en las industrias. y obviamente también tenemos soluciones aplicadas al agro y en la tecnología aplicada al agro. Pero bueno, nuestra propuesta de valor, en lo que Sensify se destaca y trata de hacer todos los días, es medir y monitorear y reportar datos en tiempo real para que nuestros clientes puedan tomar mejores decisiones con esa información a través de dispositivos conectados a Internet. Básicamente, lo que hacemos nosotros es integrar dispositivos de IoT integrados con sensores y esos datos enviarlos a la nube para que en tiempo real se puedan visualizar en la plataforma de Sensify. La plataforma de Sensify tiene un dashboard, tiene un panel de control donde toda la información se vuelca en esa plataforma, y lo que tiene muy importante es que se pueden configurar alertas preventivas según la necesidad de cada cliente para que se puedan prevenir distintos tipos de problemas. Algo muy importante es que nosotros lo que solemos hacer es poder identificar cuáles son esas variables que los clientes necesitan medir y a través de eso poder generar alertas donde el cliente, si sucede algún problema, se va a estar enterando antes gracias a alguna notificación o algún email donde el cliente esté recibiendo. Lo bueno es que el cliente esté donde esté o cualquier momento que sea, a través de su smartphone o a través de su computadora, puede estar visualizando el estado de sus activos. En este caso, en lo que respecta al agro, tenemos soluciones aplicadas para el monitoreo de granos en su post cosecha, o también en algunas soluciones en feedlot, donde voy a estar explicando más adelante en la presentación. Para desarrollar un proyecto de IoT, nosotros tenemos 3 etapas, donde en la primera tratamos de identificar cuál es la necesidad que tiene el cliente, cuál es el problema que quiere resolver, dónde está el proceso en el cual ese cliente puede ser más eficiente o le podemos generar un ahorro económico a través de la tecnología. Así que lo que hacemos es estudiar muy bien todo eso para poder crear un prototipo lo más rápido y lo más barato posible, en el cual empecemos a tener distintos inputs y distintos feedback del cliente. Así que una vez que logramos eso, pasamos a hacer una prueba de concepto, donde el cliente de esa manera puede testear y puede probar que definitivamente la tecnología que estamos aplicando le sirve, y bueno, a partir de eso generamos una solución final donde aplicamos todo lo que fuimos aprendiendo en las distintas etapas y bueno, obviamente siempre alineado a una mejora continua de seguir mejorando el proceso cada vez que se pueda y el producto y obviamente la plataforma a medida para poder satisfacer esa necesidad que el cliente estaba buscando. Dentro de lo que es el agro, nosotros tenemos distintas soluciones y una principalmente es el monitoreo de los granos en su post cosecha. Lo que hacemos allí es poder medir en tiempo real la temperatura y la humedad de los granos para poder detectar si alguno de estos parámetros está fuera de su rango normal, enviar alguna alerta preventiva y poder llegar a tiempo para que la calidad del grano no sea dañada. Uno de nuestros principales clientes lo que hacía era tener una forma muy tradicional de poder testear y de poder medir estos datos. Generalmente lo hacía una persona de forma física y manual, iba anotando cada 30 o 45 días, iba haciendo una ronda donde testeaba un punto de medición, testeaba la temperatura y testeaba la humedad, y esos datos los anotaba en una planilla, de papel y virome. Lo que sucedía es que cuando ese grano estaba en una temperatura o en una humedad que no era la adecuada, obviamente se generaban pérdidas económicas porque el grano no estaba en la calidad que se pretendía. Y generalmente se llegaba tarde porque no había no había un monitoreo constante del estado del grano. Así que lo que hicimos fue aplicar justamente nuestra solución de IoT, y ese cliente pasó de medir de cada 30 días de forma manual ese dato, lo empezó a medir cada 60 minutos, teniendo una auditoría y un registro digital de todos los datos a través de nuestra plataforma y pudiendo monitorear el estado de los mismos en tiempo real. Son imágenes, por ejemplo, de nuestro dashboard, donde vamos reportando distintas variables. Una imagen, por ejemplo, de nuestro dispositivo IoT, en el cual se le integran distintos sensores como temperatura, humedad, y cualquier tipo de sensor se puede integrar en los dispositivos de Sensify. Nuestra plataforma se adapta perfectamente a cualquier tipo de smartphone y a cualquier tipo de computadora, de PC. Y bueno, pasando, por ejemplo, a uno de nuestros casos de éxitos en la prueba de concepto, fue el monitoreo de temperatura y humedad de acopios de cebada, colocando un dispositivo IoT a batería y en celdas subterráneas donde se acopia la cebada. Principalmente lo que fuimos haciendo es en un periodo de 3 meses pudimos registrar y reportar más de 14.000 datos, lo cual es muy importante, ya que a través de esa información se pudieron analizar distintas conclusiones y tomar mejores decisiones. Una de las decisiones que se había tomado en su momento es colocar un enfriador justamente para bajar la temperatura de los granos cuando se había detectado que la temperatura estaba más alta de lo normal, y a través de eso pudimos volver a bajar la curva de la temperatura y mantener la calidad del grano, tomando las decisiones en tiempo y forma correctamente. Como les mencionaba recién, tuvimos un registro de más de 14.000 datos en 3 meses, más de 23 alertas preventivas que pudieron tomar decisiones en el momento justo y en el momento correcto. Y bueno, obviamente el proceso de pasar a ser manual y físico pasó a ser 100% digital. Otras de nuestras soluciones más importantes que tenemos en todo lo que es el mundo del agro es el monitoreo del estrés calórico de las vacas en un feedlot. Sabemos que el estrés calórico es una de las problemáticas más importantes en este tipo de animales, porque cuando ocurre eso, la vaca tarda muchos días en poder volver a estar en su estado normal, y obviamente la consecuencia de eso es que baja la productividad del animal y pierde peso, y bueno, todo eso arrastra una pérdida económica muy importante. Así que lo que empezamos a aplicar en esta problemática junto a nuestro partner, el Ojo del Amo, fue desarrollar un dispositivo también con alimentación 220 y 4G, donde reportamos temperatura y humedad, y cuando se detecta que la temperatura está muy alta, se activará una bomba de riego donde eso provocará que las vacas bajen su temperatura y por lo tanto el poder reducir el estrés calórico y, mejor dicho, poder prevenir llegar a un estado donde el animal se encuentre ya enfermo por esta situación. También siguiendo con esta misma línea, otros de nuestros trabajos más importantes es el monitoreo de los bebederos de agua para las vacas de tambo. Ahí lo que hacemos es, con un sensor de nivel de agua, medimos cada bebedero y podemos detectar si algún bebedero se queda sin agua. Como ya sabemos, el agua es fundamental para el bienestar de los animales, y comúnmente cuando un bebedero se queda sin agua, generalmente nos enteramos tarde. Entonces, por eso hemos aplicado esta transformación digital de poder tener monitoreado 24/7 en tiempo real el estado de esos bebederos, y cuando algún bebedero se queda sin agua o está bajo el nivel de agua se activan alertas donde el cliente puede tomar la decisión de activar la bomba de agua para volver a llenarlos, y de esta manera obviamente que el animal no sufra el momento de no tener agua cuando lo fue a buscar. Tenemos distintas soluciones de este tipo en donde por un lado entendemos cuál es la problemática del cliente y a través de eso creamos una solución para justamente poder satisfacer esa problemática. Nuestro equipo está integrado por distintas especialidades de ingenierías. Tenemos ingenieros en sistemas, ingenieros electrónicos, ingenieros mecánicos. Somos un equipo de trabajo muy amplio en el cual nos dedicamos a distintas soluciones de IoT. Estamos todos en la ciudad de Rosario. Y bueno, estos son algunos de nuestros clientes que actualmente estamos trabajando y también algunas de las competencias que hemos transitado a lo largo del año pasado y por suerte fueron un reconocimiento muy importante para nosotros como startup. Así que bueno, eso fue todo. Muchas gracias por el tiempo, por el espacio, gracias por escucharnos. Y bueno, quedo atento a cualquier consulta y a disposición de lo que necesiten. Muchas gracias a todos. Les comparto mi contacto para que podamos seguir en conversaciones y a disposición de cualquier duda que tengan. Con Sensify vamos a estar atentos a escucharlos. Muchas gracias.
Hi, my name is Guillermo de Ivanco. I'm co-founder and CEO of SpaceAg, a Peruvian agrotechnology startup. Our purpose is to feed the world better, helping high-value, high-nutritional crop farmers produce better food with less resources. We have developed a farm management software called RaptorView that combines data from drones and satellites with data from farmers to help them quickly spot irrigation and vegetation problems and better forecast and monitor their yields. We are already working with the biggest blueberries and avocado farmers in the region. We have published a case study in which we help the farmers increase their yields in more than 10% while saving more than 100,000 liters and 25 tons of fertilizers per hectare. Our goal is to be a leading platform for high-value crop farmers worldwide and to enable a healthier and more sustainable agriculture.
name is Martin, CEO and co-founder of WeAgro. WeAgro is an Argentine company committed to solve one of the most important problems in the agriculture, using technology like analytics, IoT, blockchain, big data, and satellite communications. Today, I will talk about this problem and how we are working on to resolve it. This problem consists in the food waste and losses during the post-harvest process. For this reason, our goal is to digitalize all the grain producers in the world by making a worldwide digital food chain. Why? Because 1/3 of the world food is wasted and lost. This waste and loss consumes 30% of world agricultural land, 21% of all fresh water, resulting in losses of $1 trillion per year. More than over is responsible of 8% of greenhouse gases. With this amount of food, 2 billion people could be fed. That is equivalent to the demand of food predicted by FAO in 2050. The global grain production is around 2.6 billion tons per year, and 2.5% of this production is losses, representing $2 billion. The solution we propose is digitalize all the food chain process, and we are starting with the grain supply chain during the post-harvest process, making a global grain network using IoT and blockchain technology. WeAgro has developed an IoT device that measures the quality and the state of the grain, taking information of the storage of parameters such as temperature, humidity, dioxide of carbon, caffeine, movement, GPS position. Our products can be installed in silo bag, barge, conventional silos, wherever they are. For example, in remote areas like farms, where there is not cellular coverage there, because our solution uses satellite technology and special IoT networks. All the information that's generated by the sensor is visualized on the website and stored in the spatial database that prepared for the blockchain platform, fully developed by WeAgro as a part of the whole solution. WeAgro solution has very strong impacts into the quality and security of the storage grain in different ways. For example, the quality control is based in the measure of parameters described before. With them and our algorithms, the different players of the process, included the producers, are allowed to see the current state of the grain remotely, predict the state of them in the future with the risk analytic method, and certify how the environment of conservation was during all the post-harvest process through our blockchain platform. For example, for commercial operations and for insurance operation too. The fact that WeAgro had to communicate through satellite or a special IoT network is a key to ensure the worldwide scale, and especially in installation non-urban zone as the post-harvest process is. And last but not least, to send an instant alert to a producer, for example, when if there are vandalism intention. For example, the current problems that occur in Argentina, sending alerts by platform of, for example, Telegram. Some of our clients has been affected by different kind of events because of the action of animals that cut the silo bag, and the system could detect and preventing the loss and spoilage of the grain storage. For example, these two pictures about one puma and another animals here snows like peludo. Our solutions have three premises. They are based on reusable device, self-installing, and we'll be able to connect globally using satellite communication or especially IoT networks. This premise allowed us to deploy this solution even during the pandemic lockout. For example, in Mato Grosso, Brazil, and in Buenos Aires and Salta province in Argentina. Our forecast for the next years achieves almost 5 million devices to take in almost 20% of global market share. And currently, we are commercializing the solution for salo bag storage, smart salo bag, and river barge, a smart barge, like you could see in the pictures. We focus our solution to markets like large grain producers, global traders, financials, insurance company, governments, grain storage companies, and the business models is based in OPEX modality. Okay? It's a service per sensor per month. And Viagro Main's team is composed by 4 professionals with more than 20 years of experience working in research and development departments in different kind of technology companies. And we also are supported by 4 advisors in biology and agriculture areas. And thank you for your attention. And if you'd like to contact us, please send information in info@viagro.com or enter in our website www.viagro.com and social media like LinkedIn or Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for your attention again. See you soon.
Hi everybody, I'm Fernando Martinez de Oz. I'm co-founder of Sumagri. I'm really happy to be participating in this AgTech Week, where we as an ecosystem can show all the power, all the great technological developments that are being built in the country. We already have several success cases in AgTech in Argentina, but we believe that we are just in the beginning. A lot of great innovations are being brewed, and we are sure that these kind of initiatives and all the work that is being done in the AgTech ecosystem in Argentina is going to show awesome results in the next following years. Sumagri is an Argentine startup. We founded the company together with Yap and Matias at the end of 2017 with a mission of changing forever the testing, inspection and certification, or TIC, of agri and food supply chains. This is a huge industry, a $23 billion industry, and we have changed it forever. Starting with the process of quality determination, which is the core process of the TIC, a process that is super important because it defines the final price of those goods that are being traded. And we're doing so by combining several technologies such as computer vision, machine learning, and IoT. The process of quality determination is a process that has several problems associated and that has been performed in the same way for 100 years. On the first hand, we have physical limitations. We as humans have limitations in our lenses, in our eyes, and in our learning capacity. We also have physical limitations in the sense that we have to be physically present always at the places where the quality assessment is being analyzed, and in main areas, port areas, it's quite easy to find a specialist, but when you go to marginal areas or to further areas, it's not so easy. And then in terms of seasonality, there are also several issues. During peak harvest times, there's not enough specialists to perform the task. This many times generates delay in results, and there are also many issues related to subjectivity, to fraud, and at the end of the day, the cost of analysis is super high. Quality determination happens all along the agri-supply chains, from seed companies to farmers, to elevators, processors, laboratories and phyto authorities, even ports. At each and every point when there is a discharge or loading of trains, trucks, vessels and barges, a quality determination analysis being done. And as we mentioned, it's super important because it determines the final price of the goods. Imagine that 3 billion tons of grains and oilseeds move every year along the supply chains, and their quality is being analyzed at many points of that supply chain. And how did we sort this out? By combining computer vision, machine learning, and IoT. We install our devices at our customers' facilities, and our devices analyze all those samples via pre-trained machine learning algorithms. We are building a global network of AI-powered, decentralized mini labs that will change the way quality is being analyzed in agri supply chains forever. We started via a hardware device that we developed ourselves, and we're also currently developing a mobile version. Zoom Barley is our first product, and we launched it in November 2018, and it was a huge success. Zoom Barley allows to determine the malting barley purity, which is super important for the beer and malt industry, as malting barley turns into malt via a germination process. If we have different varieties blended in a production batch, the final product is not homogeneous, as different varieties have different germination behavior. And up to now, the analysis of malting barley purity was being done by a DNA or electrophoresis, processes that took at least 5 days and at a very high cost. We solved it in just 5 minutes and a fraction of the cost. In our first year in Argentina, we analyzed more than 50% of the malting barley crop, and after that, we were set out very fast to internationalize this product.
In 2019, we decided to start our expansion plans beyond Argentina, setting up our office in Madrid, Spain, and also a partnership in Australia near Perth. Out of our office in Spain, we practically started repeating the same process as we had started 12 months before in Argentina to set up Zoom Barley worldwide. Currently, we are operative in total in 11 countries. So far, we installed 150 devices worldwide, which are almost all commercial, with clients such as AB InBev, Board Malt, Soufflé, Avantgarde Malts, Holland Malt, Estrella Damm, and this one.
We've been very busy developing our next product, ZoomSpec, which we expect to launch during the last quarter of current year. ZoomSpec analyzes the physical quality attributes of grains and oilseeds, such as broken grains, damaged grains, foreign matter, sprouted, back damage, and so on. The interesting thing about this product is that it's applicable to each and every agri supply chain, and we've been able to validate this opportunity with the usual extensive crops such as soybeans, corn, wheat, barley, but also specialties, legumes, and other crops such as even coffee, cocoa, or rice. Besides our innovation in terms of technology, we've also innovated in terms of business model. Up to now, when participants of agri supply chains wanted to get a device to measure moisture or protein or whatever, they had to buy those devices, and this consumed a lot of capex. We sign a lending contract with our customers with zero initial fees, and we only charge them for the service. We are a service company, and we charge them either on an individual analysis basis or with a monthly fee, being part of their OPEX and not of the capex. The testing, inspection, and certification of agri and food is a huge industry. Different sources such as BCG estimate the value of this industry, or the value of the tasks that perform this industry, in $23 billion yearly. The other interesting thing about this industry is that an estimated of 60% of the value of the tasks that add to this value are performed in-house by the different participants of the agri supply chains, and only 40% is being outsourced. The interesting thing, or the great thing about our technology, that again would change this THC industry forever, is that with our devices that are installed inside the facilities of our customers, we are able to outsource services both in the 60% of the pie and in the 40% of the pie, bringing the possibility of providing services to the whole value of this industry. In order to build our algorithms, we need a huge image dataset. And in order to build that dataset, we need the support of plenty of companies of the industry. These are only some of the companies that are helping us by providing us samples of different defects or varieties that we need to train our models. We have already more than 50 million individual images that feed our machine learning algorithms. We've been able to build a great company such as Zoom Agri only thanks to a great team. We believe that if you are to build a great agtech company, you need three pieces of the puzzle that work together. Agronomy, understanding very well whatever you want to build, whatever you want to recognize. Technology, of course, to build the technology at scale. And business, an agribusiness experience. Combining the three of them, you can build a truly great and global company. Recently, we're very happy because Carlos Beco, who has extensive and great experience in different transformations that occurred in agribusiness, he has joined as senior advisor of Sumagri.
I'm very happy to be selected by join the Sumagri team very recently. I am excited about the great opportunity that the Sumagri technology has and the potential impact of this technology on the way the food is produced. I'm really happy about joining the Sumagri team. Thanks.
At Sumagri, we are already reinventing the TIC of agri-supply chains. This is changing forever the way goods are produced in agriculture, the way goods move along the supply chains, adding a lot of transparency and improving processes and reducing costs, and ultimately bringing cheaper and healthier products to end consumers. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Matías Biel. I'm founder and CEO at Bflow. I'm here in Ventura County in California, 1 hour north from Los Angeles, where we have our headquarters. Let me share a few updates on Bflow and what happened in the last year. 70% of the crops in the world depend on bees pollination to maximize fruit size and quantity. According to the FAO, Food Agriculture Organization, up to $577 billion of food production relies on direct contribution by pollinators. However, lack of pollination can produce malformation, small-sized fruits, and fruit diseases that can increase food waste and reduce farmers' yields. Malformation in strawberries can be up to 40% because of lack of pollination, because of a lack of pollen being delivered by the bees to the flowers that turned into strawberries. The same happens with almonds, where up to 30% of the almonds can be discarded by the trees because of lack of pollination, which turns into food waste and reduces farmers' yields. At Bflow, we're using bees as a technology because we believe in nature they're some of the most relevant findings for the next generation of solutions for agriculture. And we're using bees to produce more and better foods with less environmental impact. 2 years ago, we came to the US with IndieBio, the largest biotech accelerator program in San Francisco. And we found that we had huge opportunities besides from Argentina in California, which is the largest market in the world of fruits and vegetables. During the last year, we captured the attention of several large farming companies like Driscoll's, which is the largest berry grower in the world, which became our customer. Also Naturite, which is Driscoll's largest competitor and the largest blueberry grower in the world. In this picture, you can see myself with Morgan Wolf. He's third generation of this family-owned business called Wolf Farming, which is one of the largest almond producers in the world and suppliers of Danone for their almond milk called Silk. Also, we started working with BASF, which I guess they don't need introduction for this audience, and with Cítricos Argentinas, which is the largest cherry grower in Argentina. It was also our 4th year of successful field trials. In the last 4 years, we have proven that it could increase between 20 to 60% crop yields for almonds, raspberries, and blueberries. And we have proven this not only in Argentina, but in the US as well. Bflow is providing pollination programs for farmers to increase their yields by solving diverse pollination challenges. Pollination is a very complex biological process where bees interact with flowers. However, there are several challenges that affect that behavior and that affect crop yields. At Bflow, we're using mainly 2 technologies to address some of the challenges that pollination has. And they are patents that we acquired and we licensed from different universities, and we expanded the portfolio to other markets. And we're using those products to feed the bees and improve their performance. We're also developing and using scientific knowledge related to crop pollination, which is different than maximizing honey production. Getting more in depth on the technologies and the challenges, we're feeding bees with some compounds that enhance bees' immune system. Why this is important? Because bees are very sensitive to their activity under cold temperatures. And for example, almonds, which bloom in California in February, bloom really early after winter. So we found that by enhancing bees' immune system, we can make bees work up to 7 times more under colder temperatures than bees that were not fed with this technology. The second challenge we're solving is related to the attraction between bees and flowers. You know, bees go to flowers to look for pollen and nectar. They don't care which flower they visit, but they are going to look for the ones that offer more resources. However, there are crops like blueberries that offer really low amounts of nectar, so bees are not that attracted to it. To solve this, we partnered with a group of researchers in Argentina who has been studying for the last 20 years how bees' brain works, how their memory works, and how their learning process is. This research group, led by Dr. Walter Farina, has developed a technology that we built and we call together To Be, that we use it to train the bees to go to specific target crops. So we feed the bees with this technology, we condition their memory, and after that, bees are more attractive to some crops and increase the amount of pollen they deliver to the flowers, increasing crop yield consequently. BeeFlow is proposing a new approach and building a new market for pollination in agriculture. Conventional pollination services didn't have any innovation in the last decades. Beekeepers are renting their bees to farmers. They charge them per beehive, and their objective is to maximize bees growth and honey production, not necessarily maximizing crop yields to farmers. They can make up to $400 per acre in the US. BeeFlow is building pollination programs to farmers, which main objective is to maximize crop yields. We're charging farmers per acre, a price per acre, plus a revenue share on increased yields of up to 30%, which was one of our latest and more important milestones as a company accomplished last year. With this, we're making up to 12 times more revenue per acre, generating up to $5,000 per acre in revenue currently, with contracts signed with some of the largest farming companies in the world. With this, BeeFlow is building a new approach and unique business model that is increasing the market size of pollination. Pollination is around $1 billion today, but BeeFlow is moving this to a $9 billion market. In the next years, we will penetrate markets faster and capture opportunities that are already at our front door, because we're the first movers of this new approach towards pollination in agriculture. Currently, we're working on raspberries, almonds, blueberries, and cherries in Argentina and the US. But next year, we will start doing field trials in Mexico and Peru, because some of the largest farming companies there approached to us asking for some help and advice to address their pollination challenges. In 2022, we will grow into new crops like avocados and strawberries, which we consider our next big thing. We will also continue doing sponsored research projects and developing pollination technologies with companies like BASF, which hired us to address pollination of onion seed production in the northern region of Argentina. We will continue developing AI-powered technologies that will allow us monitor pollination and also digitalize agronomic variables to produce more food with less environmental impact. In this image, you can see a camera, which is a prototype of BeeFlow X. And here I'm going to show you a video of what's the software that we train with artificial intelligence and computer vision. This software is trained to measure pollination events. Each event is a bee pollinating a flower. And we're able, with this algorithm, to measure how many visits the flowers are getting per hour and make decisions over bloom, which is something that farmers are not doing at all in the world. And we think there are big opportunities of collecting data from nature and making decisions based on it. We will also get into new bee species. 2 years ago, we started in Argentina, led by Walter Farina, research on bumblebees and studying their behavior under different crops. But we will also get into other bee species because there are 20,000 bee species in the world. We believe pollination should be addressed not only with honeybees, but also with different combinations of solitary bees that could perform better under different circumstances. Also, we have a team of 21 agronomists, biologists, and entrepreneurs that are making our vision a reality. In this picture, you can see our team in California, actually on the first global company retreat that we had early this year. At BeeFlow, we believe pollination has been a forgotten topic in agriculture, and we are proving that BeeFlow can be the global leader developing scientific knowledge and technologies that can impact food production, that can help us build a better agriculture, where we're producing more with less environmental impact. Thank you very much, and I hope you like the presentation. Looking forward to any questions.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias a todas estas empresas que nos compartieron su experiencia. Quería recordarles que para contactar a cada una de ellas y a sus oradores, pueden ir a la pestaña de asistentes dentro de la parte superior de la plataforma del Congreso. Ahí podrán buscarlos y podrán chatear con ellos o bien pactar reuniones para evacuar todas las dudas o consultas que pueden haber quedado. Así que bueno, nuevamente agradecerles e invitarlos a seguir disfrutando de la experiencia de este 28º Congreso Virtual de Aapresid, Siempre Vivo, Siempre Verde. Muchísimas gracias.